Hey everybody, this is Captain Fool reporting for duty, giving you my weekly comic book review. So sit back and enjoy. Alright everybody, for those of you that know the drill, I go over a bunch of comic books for the week that I chose to read. Now I didn't have time to read everything, so if I missed something you think I should have read, let me know in the comments below. Also, you may disagree with me on some of my choices. If that's the case, that's alright. Let me know below. Let's just try to keep it civil. My goal is to bring back the old schoolyard days, you know, where we would be in discussing what hero could beat who or what comic book was good and not. And I come armed with my trusty notes, so you'll hear the paper rattle because I do it a little bit old school. I do my grading on a scale of 0 through 10, 7 being average as a 70%. So I'm using schoolyard grading. But that's not all. I also use the League of Comics Geeks to give you other people's views as well as a brief overview of the comic book as well. So let's jump right in. Alright, before we jump too far into everything here, I just want to say I hope everyone had a good Christmas. And for those of you that are struggling, make sure you reach out to somebody, more than one person, try to get some help. I know this can be a tough time for some people. And I hope you all are going to have a wonderful new year. Now let's see how my views compare to League of Comics Geeks. Let's start with The Flash, number 4. 105 out of 116 liked it with a 3.9 average rating. Really, I thought it was middle of the road and I gave it a 7. Yeah, I guess I wasn't as cool as what they thought it was. The writers Simon Spurrier and Mike Deodato Jr. is the artist. Normally I like his work. The last few years though I haven't liked it as much. We have Mirror Master gets an upgrade in this issue, as the Rogues have been. As the Flash continues to explore the gallery, he meets a living entity called the Resident that he feels drawn to. Can she aid him in a battle against the Folding Man? Or does he need to learn origami fast? I just don't know. I'm not getting into this story a whole lot. Maybe you are. I thought this issue had a bit of a slow pacing. I think the writer really is trying way too hard to be witty on this. The art's okay, but it was just nothing really, in my opinion, that was that spectacular. Did you think this book was wonderful? I don't know. Let me know. The next one I read was Justice Society of America, because justice. With 74 out of 82 liking it with a 4 average rating, I gave it a 7.1. Geoff Johns is the writer. Artist Mikel Janin, which again, if I butcher that, I do apologize. As Hunter settles into her new place in the present day, the Justice Society comes face to face with a long-lost team of the Justice Society Dark. Now, that was a decent issue, a little slow in the pacing though, but I am interested in seeing what happens next. So as I said, it was a middling level issue, and that's okay. You know, sometimes you gotta have those mid issues to make the good ones really stand out, because we need something to stick out. And speaking about sticking out, let's talk about Dawn of DC, Power Girl number 4. 50 out of 57 liked it with a 3.5 average rating. Where I did not agree with that very much, I gave it a 6.5. Leah Williams' writer, Eduardo Penska is the artist. You have the origin story of Symbio revealed. Will Power Girl be able to fight the dark entity who has been lurking inside her enemies? Or will she succumb to herself? The true battle has only begun for our heroes, as their artificial antagonist invites them to join it or die. A funny thing here I've seen on the social media, some people were complaining about the little robotic kind of claw where it was reaching to. But let's be honest, if we all saw Power Girl, wouldn't we all want to reach there too? Really? Really? Nothing? No applause? No nothing? Okay, well, can't win them all. I tried. Hey guys, today's video is sponsored by My Wallet. Yeah, I'm not trying to push any kind of wallet or pimp any wallet out. What I mean is it's sponsored by my personal wallet and the cash that comes out of it to pay for these things. If you want to help with this, you can hit like, subscribe, that notification bell. Those are great ways to get started. But if you find yourself in a position where you can help the channel more, we have a Patreon and a subscribe star down below that you can click on those links. And for as little as $1 a month, you'll have special videos and things to just you, music that you can get. Or maybe if you wanted to, a one-time donation just to help out, we have a Streamlabs link down below.
Or we also have, if you go to the Patreon shop, you could buy a song for like $3. I wish I could put them a little lower, but that's the minimum they allow for that. So there's lots of options. Sometimes you might even see an Amazon link. If you want to buy anything through Amazon, click on my link first, then go through there. That'll give me a couple pennies, possibly that way too as well. So there's lots of ways you can help out the channel, because without you, it would not be possible. So thank you, everybody, and let's get back to the video.
Next one I want to talk about, it's an interesting one because it leads up to what I said earlier. And this is Green Arrow number 7. Remember I said this, I would like to see good old Ollie get his own series, and it looks like it is probably going to be here happening. 124 out of 132 like this issue with a 4 average rating. Joshua Williamson is the writer. Commendeg, sorry dude, I'm not even gonna try that last name there. Anyway, I give this issue a 7.5, so not too far off from what they gave it, because Oliver Queen is back. He's returned with his family to the present day, but the Green Arrow family reunion is just getting started. Green Arrow has lots of secrets to uncover, like why is a man Waller taken an interest in his family, and he's seeking out what made the Justice League decide to call it quits. An interesting thing there is they make it sound like that maybe there was something underneath leading to that. I think it's a good issue, good pace, decent art, and it's a good jumping on point for Green Arrow fans. Once again, I gave it a 7.5. I think it's a pretty decent issue, and I think you will enjoy it. But then again, maybe that's just me. The next one I want to go to is Spider-Woman number 2. Yeah, I made that rhyme. Did you like that? Next one you want to go to is Spider-Woman number 2. Thank you. 46 out of 58 liked it with a 3.4 average rating on League of Comics Geeks by Steve Fox as the writer, Carola Borelli as the artist. Sorry if I butchered her name. I thought this book had decent art. It did have a few odd panels though, but it's a good story, solid pacing, and I actually am looking forward to the next issue. We have Spider-Woman goes to war against the gang war, tearing through New York. You know, I just think this is a good setting for her. On the trail, the ruthless Diamondback and her mysterious backers just commits a little corporate espionage. Yes, which may bury her in a dark corner of her past. Plus, the shadowy Green Mamba prowls for a rematch Spider-Woman may not be ready for. Yes, because, you know, gotta make them powerful, but it's not a bad issue. If you're a Spider-Woman fan, you might want to check that one out. Here are my notes here. I can't help it. I gotta have my notes here, otherwise I can't keep all my stuff straight. Anybody else here? Any of you that do videos, do you have a note sheet? And you probably do it on a computer and all high tech, and I got this piece of paper that I scribble on that I can barely read. The next one I want to talk about is Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars Battle World number 2. I did read number 1, but I never actually reviewed it. 16 out of 19 liked it with a 3.6 average rating, which lets me know that probably not a lot of people are picking up this book, but I had to check it out just for nostalgia purposes. The writer is Tom DeFalco, people, and the artist is Pat Olliffe. Sorry if I butchered it. Bring on the bad guy. Spider-Man, freshly attired as new alien costume, is pulled from the Secret Wars to face a new challenge. The Might of the Hobgoblin, Baron Zemo, Electro, Constrictor, and that's not all, there's more. This is not a hoax. It's not an imaginary story. But how did this set of villains find their way into the battle world of Secret Wars? Only this issue holds the answers to this 40-year mystery. Boy, does that make me feel old, because I was around for the original and purchased it. Woo-wee, old. As I said, that League of Comics Geeks gave it a 3.6. Here's the thing, I gave it a 7.5. I thought it was a lot of fun. I did. You know, it's just really decent art, decent story. I find it funny that we're making another series from a series that was made to sell toys. But, you know, there's some throwbacks here. There's a really nice use of how the square shields that would come with the toys are used in the concept of the comic book. There's also, as I said, decent art, and it was a lot of fast-paced action and just a little bit of fun. I really don't think it's bad, and if you're into that kind of thing, you want just a fun romp, you might want to check this out. I think it'd be worth your time. The next one I went over was Captain Marvel number 3. 35 out of 36 liked it, showing that not a lot of people are still picking up this book. Not a surprise. 3.8 average rating. Alyssa Wong is the writer. Jan Blizadula is the artist. I gave this book, ready? They give it a 3.8. Yeah, League of Comics Geeks at 3.8. I gave it a 6. Stealing from the strangers, Captain Marvel's taken up a new profession, thievery.
Not that she had much choice in the matter, with Yu Yang shuddering her to the negative zone every time Carol's do-gooder attitude gets in the way. The captain's gotta get these nega bands off so she can reclaim her life, and who better to ask for advice than none other than the Sorcerer Supreme? But then again, there's also Clea Strange, which who gives a crap about her? Well, maybe you do. Ooh, I just offended somebody. But things get themselves in an interesting situation to this issue. Okay, it's decent art, it's a decent story, it's an okay issue, but here's the thing. I really don't like how they're writing Doctor Strange, how she's writing Doctor Strange in this series. I just don't think that he's in character. I didn't care for that. There's just nothing really there to make it, wow, this is really good. I think the outfit's a downgrade for Captain Marvel. So between that, bad characterization, I gave it a 6. Yeah, 6 out of 10. I'm sorry, I did not give it nearly as high. And if you think I'm high and I should have given it a higher score, let me know in the comments. I'm sure somebody will be all butthurt and will. The next one is the sensational She-Hulk number 3 with 57 out of 59 liking it with a 4.2 average rating on League of Comics Geeks, and I gave it a 7. It was okay. Interesting cover. Not bad, but I don't like that art style. It's very too simplistic. I mean, I get it. It's probably quick and easy. So I get that, especially on page rate. I just didn't care for that very much. It's written by Rainbow Rowell. Artist is Andre Ginault. Whatever, dude. Sorry. Okay. And that's the whole thing with this issue. We have She-Hulk facing off with She-Hulk's one of her most dangerous villains now, this new Hulk chick. And the whole thing is just okay. That's the whole thing. I think this had a much better opportunity to be better. It's just everything was okay. There was nothing necessarily bad, but it was just okay. Nothing really great. And that's why I got a 7, because that's middle of the road score for me. 7 is average. So what can I say? I'm not saying run out and get this. Now, the next one, this one saddens me a little bit because this series is officially going to be done very soon. It's canceled, and that's Avengers Incorporated number 4 with 62 out of 64 liking and a 4.3 average rating. I gave it a 7.6. The writer is Al Ewing, and the artist is Leonard Kirk. And it says, go for the juggler. Her name is Janet Van Dyne. She's got a file on the death throes at Workers Cooperative for themed supervillains that's taller than she is. His name is Victor Shade. Apparently, he has been a member for years. Together, they've got to find out who's picking the death throes off one by one before it's too late. And it also has Moon Knight in it. Now, here's the thing. I don't want to give it away and reveal anything. It's a good story. It's decent art. As I said, sadly, it's getting canceled. But you could tell it's getting canceled because they're starting to rush the story. Which, don't get me wrong, it's the pacing the story should be. Al Ewing tends to go really slow on his pacing. I think that maybe they ought to just tell him every book he's doing is canceled and he'd pick up the pace and there'd be better stories. I gave it a 7.6. I'd like this pacing. Once again, this book is getting canceled though, so probably not a book to bother jumping onto. And speaking about getting canceled, here's a book that's getting sort of soft canceled. And what I mean by that is it's getting canceled, but they're rebooting it again. It'll probably still continue with the legacy number underneath it. That's Ghost Rider. We have Ghost Rider issue number 21. 36 out of 41 liked it with a 3.7 rating on average rating on League of Comics Geeks, and I gave it a 7.4. Benjamin Piercy is the writer. Artist is Carlos Nieto. It's the end of the road. Yep, the cult of Mephisto is possessing the next generation of humanity. But even if the spirit of vengeance stops the cult, what does that mean for the future of Ghost Rider? Could this be the end of an era? And what they're hinting at here is replacing this Ghost Rider with somebody else. So get ready for some kind of LGTB, whatever alphabet community insert there, because that's what Marvel does. We got a character that they could do something with that's been interesting. This book has been good, so it's a sad thing. And by the way, you know, there's nothing wrong with characters created that are that way, okay? But once again, this is the Marvel way of moving out characters that people already like and replacing with characters, thinking that's going to stem up and bring up interest, which is a shame. Can't we just have both? And sadly, this is the last issue until the relaunch. So we'll happen to see what happens with the relaunch. Will Johnny's be gone there? Yeah, I probably think he will. If you look at the advertising, speaking of it, it looks like he won't be the Ghost Rider. Will the next version suck? I don't know. You tell me. But that's what I read. I haven't read everything yet. I still want to read Duke this week here. So I got that on the pile to read. Is there anything else I should have read? Let me know. I might check out Timeless #1 as well, because I hear it's got a futuristic Luke Cage in it, and I'm a Luke Cage fan. So let me know what you've checked out. I hope you enjoyed your day. Hopefully you've had a great Christmas, and I hope you have a wonderful New Year. Take care, everybody. Until next time, keep it frugal.